I was right about Dial of Destiny. We'll be talking about Dial of Destiny alone tomorrow, and today we'll be talking about the whole box office today. So, the box office surprisingly has 14 movies that made over $1 million, but none of the movies are still making money. Okay, outside of Spider Verse, because I looked earlier, Spider Verse is one of the like 3 movies this month that made money. Yep, one of the 3 movies. The other one being The Brackening, which no one went to go see anyways, but Disney is going to lose a ton of money on this movie. So Indiana Jones Out Destiny cost basically $300 million. Okay, but that's $295 million made on sites. We'll use $300 million. Okay, this movie needs to make $750 million to break even. And there is no way Dial of Destiny is going to make $750 million. This movie is one of the biggest box office failures of all time. We can compare this to The Flash's opening. Okay, this movie is doing barely better than The Flash. Yep, Dial of Destiny is barely doing better than The Flash. I don't know how they're handling the Dial of Destiny's release date internationally. Okay, and we'll do a full box office tomorrow about Dial of Destiny, but this movie's doing awfully. We can compare this to other similar, very more recent movies. Okay, so we can compare it to the more recent Rise of the Beasts. Okay, this movie's doing even worse than Rise of the Beasts. Okay, this movie, Flash even hit $100 million. That's funny. Flash even hit $100 million, but Rise of the Beasts is coming at $146 million. This movie is doing slightly worse than Rise of the Beasts. Remove the Flash. Okay, so let's say this movie does the same as the Rise of the Beasts and also gets the 4th of July movie. This movie is going to probably barely squeak by Rise of the Beasts domestically. Internationally, yeah, this movie is screwed as well, because no one's watching this movie internationally, because international box office has been poor for Hollywood. It has been awful very recently for Hollywood. Okay, they haven't had the same appeal for international numbers, okay, as it used to be. Okay. No, only 2 movies have cost $600 million this summer. 2. Spider-Verse and Guardians of the Galaxy. That's awful for the summer. Which means we'll probably have a 2014 all over again. We'll have one major movie that hits $1 billion, and all the movies, make $500 to $800 million. Okay. It can go back all the way back to 2024. Okay, 2014. It can also include 2019. But 2014, you had one movie hit $1 billion. Most of the movies hit $700 million. Okay. Yeah. But I think it's even worse in 2014. Okay, this is 2020 here. 2022. Because, unlike in 2014, non-franchise movies have been bombing. They have been doing abysmally. Okay, original movies have been at the lowest, which means you only have the big blockbusters and the big movies coming out. Okay, and then you have the pandemic, the writer's strike, and all these problems going on with Hollywood. And then you have box office failures. Hollywood is going through the worst case scenario this year. Okay, tons of box office failures. These are movies like The Flash, movies like Fast X. Fast X also passed $600 million. But only 3 movies so far of the summer have passed $600 million. We're looking at another 2014 box office numbers. That's pretty bad for Hollywood. Okay? But the part difference between 2014 is that the non-franchise movies back in 2014, even back in 2014, made money. Okay? They weren't among the top 10 movies, obviously. That still didn't happen even in 2014. Okay? Most of the highest grossing movies of the year besides Interstellar were part of an existing franchise. But you still had non-franchise movies like Interstellar, American Sniper, Lucy, Gone Girl, Edge of Tomorrow, Noah, okay, Falling Out Stars, Neighbors, Mr. Peabody and Sermon, make all over $200 million. Exodus, God and the Kings, Okay, Taking the Tiger Mountain, Paddington. Okay, Paddington's based on a book. Can't count that. The Imitation Game, Nonstop, Dracula Untold, Into the Woods. Okay, Fury, The Other Woman. Okay, The Other Woman didn't make $200 million. But you get the point here. Non-franchise. Okay, let's go back to 2023 worldwide. What were the non-franchise movies that make $200 million? Or even $100 million? You had Indian movies. You had Chinese movies. Hollywood movies. Elemental will probably make it. Megan, that counts as last year. So that means Elemental is the only non-franchise movie to even hit $100 million. That's awful for Hollywood in many ways. It shows that there's very little interest in movies nowadays. Because people are getting sick and tired of Hollywood's wokeness. That's first of all. And second of all, people are sick and tired of Hollywood drama, which is killing Hollywood. I think it's going to kill Hollywood for another couple of years. They're going to continue to struggle, okay? Mario movie is the only movie to hit $1 billion so far. And it's still going to have hits coming out. But Hollywood's going to continue struggling if they can't get non-franchise movies off the road. Because they can only make new Spider-Man movies, new Fast and the Furious movies, and new Marvel movies for so long before people get sick of seeing the same thing. So Hollywood's stuck in this really hard place right now. And I think we're starting to see franchise fatigue. But again, people don't want to see original movies. That's the problem. Okay? The highest grossing original movies are L, Cocaine Bear, and Elemental. And Pope's Exorcist, The Boogeyman, 65, with Ross Money, Knock at the Cabin, and of course Megan. But they're counting Megan as a 2022 movie. Okay, they're counting Megan as a 2022 movie. But Megan didn't even hit $200 million. So no original movie has even hit $200 million. Okay? Hollywood needs original movies. Okay? But no one's going out to see anything. Okay? But let's talk about Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse officially passed $600 million globally. Which means they'll probably end up making between $600 to $700 million globally. Very similar to many of the biggest hits of 2014. Okay? The movie has done okay in China. It's doing okay in like Korea and stuff. This movie's doing way better than the first movie, obviously. But, yeah. Elemental, no one's watched it. The Death of Pixar, okay? Not too surprising. It's mediocre garbage that, Pixar used to be the studio. They used to be the studio that used to put all these great original ideas. Even I don't like The Incredibles too much, but a lot of people love The Incredibles. The Incredibles is far better than Elemental and Turning Red. Okay? I really think I'll admit that. It's far better than the swap Pixar is giving us now. Even Luca. Okay? But Elemental, no hard feelings. Again, not a power franchise. No one has any interest in seeing this, essentially. Okay? Jennifer Lawrence, again, people don't really like her all too much. And this movie's not going to make any money. As well as it needs to make $125 million. But again, nobody cares about these non-franchise movies. No one's going to go see them. $29 million is awful. Okay? And of course, no one's going to see it. So Hollywood is still stuck in this here. So another big loss for Sony. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. This movie's going to pass $400 million globally. Barely, it's going to lose $100 million to $80 million for Paramount Studios. Which, they were on a roll last year, but then they dropped the ball this year with Dungeons and Dragons, Transformers. Hopefully they'll pick it back up next year. But, yeah. Next is Ruby Gillman. Absolutely no one is going to see this movie, which is no one's surprise. The art style is awful. Okay? And we already talked about Ruby Gillman already. Okay? The art style isn't that great. I don't like the art style for Ruby Gillman. Once I saw the art style, I was like, yeah, I'm not seeing this movie. Okay? They're using the Bean Mouth art style. Like, come on. Okay? Move on from it, Hollywood. Cartoons stopped using it. Guess what? More people are watching cartoons now. But, oh wait. People don't want to watch Bean Mouth movies. And this is DreamWorks' worst movie. We'll probably make another video about Ruby Gillman as well. Okay? It's just so funny that no one wants to see another Bean Mouth movie. Because people are sick of this. People are sick of the Bean Mouth. Okay? People are sick of it. The art style. Okay? Bean Mouth is cheap and mediocre. Okay? Next is the Little Mermaid remake. Again, this movie is still going to lose money. They're just going to try to make back as much money as they can. Still in the 100 million negatives for Disney. So, yeah. The Flash. This movie is still gonna lose a lot of money. 266 million it's gonna lose. Next is Asteroid City, Wes Anderson movie. Unfortunately, this is gonna lose money as this movie has like a $30 million budget. So, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 made money. It's at the end of its performance. If it was the Boogeyman, it lost money for Disney. So Disney has another flop on their hands. And then we have Past Lives, which I don't even know anything about this movie. So yeah. Now we have The Blackening. This movie actually is one of the 2 movies that's released this month that made money. That is sad for Hollywood. And that's it about this video here. Goodbye.